everyone, and welcome to another episode of Stupid Things People Say to Me in My Wheelchair. Oh yes, the disabled community and wheelchair using community know all about this. I have lots of videos on my channel that everyone loves. Stupid things people say to me about my disability, stupid things people say to me in my wheelchair, pet peeves of a wheelchair. We love them and they're all listed down below. This time I wanted to make a video on one of the things that people say to me when I'm in my wheelchair, or not sometimes, because I want to know if I'm the only one who gets asked this question, which I'm sure I'm not. And I want to kind of open up the discussion. Is it okay? Is it okay to ask this question? And I told Sean that I was making this video and he was like,
"Are you fair income? They ask you that?"
Yes, you will be surprised at how often I get asked this question, and it usually happens like this. So that's why I use a wheelchair.
Did you get compensation?
Always comes after the, you know, the whole why I'm in a wheelchair talk, and it always comes after that and they go, oh, you can see the brain going and I know it's coming, and there it is. Did I get compensation? And is it okay? Is that okay to ask someone, did they get compensation? Now let's just rewind, because if you're new to this channel, you may not know that I'm Jem. I use a wheelchair and I suffered a T10 incomplete spinal cord injury at the age of 9 after heart surgery went horribly wrong. If heart surgery could go wrong in the worst possible way without dying, this is probably one of the worst things that can happen. It's not a competition though, folk, but in my mind that's pretty bad. If you want to know all about that story, then you can go here, and I'm also thinking about making a new one because that's very, very old. Story hasn't changed, obviously. I think I could make a better video. So that's how I suffered my injury. The most common reason people suffer spinal cord injuries is a road traffic accident. So I'm wondering, like, when people say, oh yeah, I had a car accident, if people say,
Did you steal?
because I get it a lot. I mean, I've been in the post office, unwillingly told my story, and then the question followed. I have been in beautician salons and I have been asked that question. I've been having my hair cut. I'm there like a lizard with my hair all wet in the salon and someone's asked me that question. Like, really? Nosy? Just no. And to be honest, even if you were my closest friend, I wouldn't like you asking me that question. Why? One, it's rude. Two, taking an organisation or a person to court is a massive thing. It drags up lots of, you know, unwanted memories. It's very stressful. You put your job on the line, you can put your house on the line. It costs a lot of money. Now let's just stop here because this video has been going on for a while and I'm sure you're thinking, well, did she? Did she get compensation? No, I didn't. It was a very, very long time ago. It was like 25 years ago. And I didn't get compensation, but I also wanted to kind of put this out there in case other people have been wondering if their disabled friends got compensation and whether they should or shouldn't ask that question. Or if they've asked that question, they're watching this video now and they're thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have asked that question. That's why I really wanted to throw up this discussion to say, you know, I mean, there's no right or wrong, this is my opinion. Some people may think it's okay, I don't, and I don't like that question, so please don't ask me, but now you know, so you can come to my channel and find out exactly what happened. I feel it's quite rude, it's quite invasive, and I really don't want to be talking about it to someone that I don't even know, let alone a friend that I do know. It's very personal. You know, you don't ask someone how much is in your savings account. £8.97 if you're wondering. Another thing that I would like to add is that some people, they may actually want to be able to take an organisation or a person to court to claim costs of, you know, being made disabled, but they may not be able to afford it. They may not have the resources that they need. So, you know, it's a very sort of personal subject that I think should be left to that person. Also, I think people who haven't been affected by disability or court cases in their lives have absolutely no idea. So I find it quite hilarious, or not. Let's just imagine this for a moment. And finally, a man from Sussex who was made chronically disabled after a workplace accident has been awarded £50,000, the court heard today.
Here, Sharon, you hear that? 50 grand he got. He could go on holiday, get a new car, do the house up.
Is it from me?
Winning the bloody lottery, that is.
That person, their whole life has been turned upside down. They are seriously disabled with life-changing injuries. Their house may need adaptations which can cost tens of thousands of pounds. They may have to move house because their house or accommodation is completely unacceptable for their needs. They may not be able to work again. They will need therapy. They will need physiotherapies. They may need more surgeries. They may need lots of ongoing help and care. They may need a carer that might not be paid for by the government. I have made a video on how expensive it actually is to be disabled, well, before people kind of wet themselves and think how amazing it is and think, woohoo, they get lots of money. It's not true. So go and watch that video because it's really expensive. So £500,000, okay, it might help that person, but just think about the costs and the impact that it has had on their lives before you think, wow, because it really, honestly, is not worth it at all. And I think people kind of forget that. The thing to add is that if they did get such a lot of compensation, they've then got to pay court fees, they've then got to pay all the legal fees, and really, sometimes there is nothing left at the end of it. So my dear friends, this is a video raising awareness of this question. I would be interested to know what you think. I'd be interested to know if you have been asked this question. I would like to know if you think that it's right or wrong. And also remember, if you are out there and you're wondering something and you're about to ask someone a question, if you're going to start the question with,
"Oh, I hope you don't mind me asking, but..."
I don't want to sound mean, but...
I don't want to be rude, but question yourself. If you are asking a question in that way, it's obviously a bit of a sensitive question for you to be asking, and you're a bit unsure about asking that question. So really think about it before you just throw it up there. Sometimes we actually do mind. Think about how well you know the person before you ask it. Just because we use mobility aids, it doesn't open us up to questions about our personal needs, requirements, benefits, what we can and can't do. These are personal things between us and medical professionals or our family or carers. We don't really want to be discussing them with you. Just put yourself in our wheelchair for a moment, or our shoes. We wouldn't ask you how much you earn. We wouldn't ask you how much is in your savings account. We also wouldn't ask you. Those are just as invasive as asking us if we got compensation. So, here is the end of the lesson. I hope that this video has enlightened your souls. If you enjoyed this video, then you may enjoy what we wish you knew about wheelchairs. So go and click on that video and have a look, and then click on more, and then more, because I have about 200 videos, so you will never be bored again. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and goodbye.
Do you want some more?
That's it from me.